This video was sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Pretty powerful pack here. Uthgardt Fury is probably going to be our pick. It's just a great removal spell that has this, pretty nice, but not incredible, but nice upside. Turns the game into Hearthstone, basically, since damage isn't removed from your opponent's stuff. But Rasad's really good. Innkeeper's really good. After the uncommons and the rare, I think it's probably Dread Lenorm, which has been quite good. But yeah, we'll take Uthgardt Fury here. It's a pretty cool card. Kind of thing you can do in digital only that you can't really... I mean, the only way you do it in paper is with -1/-1 counters, basically. So, and that's not exactly the same thing. It is a bummer. It costs double red, so we can't, like, splash it, but it would be probably too good if you could splash it easily. Okay. So, this rare isn't great. This is a nice 2-drop. I'm kind of leaning towards Fire Beetles. Everything with Double Team, pretty good, and, getting this down early is a real pain for your opponent. I do think Guildshorn Prowler is probably better, but I don't think it's by a super wide margin. And I already have one red card, so I'm sort of leaning towards Fire Beetles here. I actually think the Toll Keeper is better too, for that matter. So that I think these two cards are better. It's just a question of. I mean, I don't think they're enough better. I think I just take the red card and see what happens. This gets especially gross if you can give it haste, which you can in this format. So, okay. So we could stay red. Young Red Dragon's not bad. Owlbear's pretty good too. Again, I think they're sort of comparable cards. I think I may just stick with red because, Owlbear's good, but it's not so much better than Young Red Dragon that I'm really feeling like deviating. Okay, so here we probably will deviate from red. Say that, and then I'm like, this pack has perfectly reasonable stuff. I do like Band Together a lot, and no, not just because it has a hamster on it. But weaponry's pretty good. I like it more than Fireball or Elemental. I think Band Together and Young Blue Dragon are both better than improvised weaponry, so we're seeing the same thing, but blue really is not great unless you have a couple of really good rares. And Band Together is nice removal. It's definitely better than weaponry, but again, I think we stick where we are. Unfortunately, this is not the red rare we're looking for. It doesn't really do anything, so there you go. You Hear Something on Watch and Sepulchre Ghoul are both pretty good. Right now, we're not doing anything super interesting with Sepulchre Ghoul, but we could, and the upside is definitely there, so I think I'm going to take it. Okay, well, here's a Hippogriff and a Myconid. These are two excellent commons that I take pretty early. It's also a Hobgoblin Captain. I don't think it's nearly as good as either of these cards, but it's pretty good. I think the Hippogriff is probably just better, though. It's so much easier to get a 2-for-1 than I expected. The Myconid, we already seem to be leaning in an aggro direction, and the Myconid's definitely not as good there. Hobgoblin Captain is, but I think we're going to grab a Hippogriff and see what happens. It's good enough to do, I think. Another Ghoul. We've got a Herd Gorger, if we had just taken a green card. Pilgrim's Eye, nice fixing. Sepulchre Ghoul, number 2. Sort of leaning towards Pilgrim's Eye, although, we have a couple ways to make treasure. Maybe I just like the Herd Gorger more. Yeah, I mean, fixing's nice and all, but I do like me some Herd Gorger. Bunch of mediocre blue cards. and a mediocre red card. Sylvan Shepherd or Circle of the Moon Druid. Neither are very exciting. I think I like the Shepherd a little more. Okay, well, really, two pretty good white cards are still here. Warriors of Tiamat is good too, but I think I like the white 2-drop here a little more. Yeah, are we going to be red-white aggro? Maybe. But we also just got an Arcane Archery, and that makes me lean a little more into green. Yeah, Poison the Blade, perfectly playable. Blue Dragon is too, but I think take the Elemental. So we already have one black card, so I guess I'll take the black card. Yeah, green does seem like it might be more open. But we'll see. We'll see, you know. I mean, that's the name of the game. So here's a pretty good blue rare. The triple blue is kind of a pain. I also hate that the whole text of the card doesn't even fit on it. And it doesn't even fit on it in the card gallery, which is one of the most hilarious things ever. Which is it's very alchemy for you. Yeah, okay. So Ambergris is really good. You know, we just lost to that card. So you don't need me to tell you that. Moradin's Disciples is pretty good too. I'm less certain we're ending up in white, so I think I may just take Ambergris. Again, another Hobgoblin Captain. We've also got a Kobold Warcaller. There's good cards in this pack. Hopefully some of them will. But yeah, we'll take Ambergris. I think Kaleem is good, but I don't think it's so much better than Ambergris that I'm like, you know, upset about that. So, interesting pick here. We have Shadowheart, and we do have one playable black card. There's also a Dragon's Fire here, though. And Shadowheart, while good, isn't, like, insane. Especially because you can't specialize it whenever you want, generally speaking. Skullport Merchant's also quite good. This pack is just really stacked. I'm definitely leaning a little in the direction of Dragon's Fire. I mean, Shadowheart is better than Dragon's Fire. I don't think there's any doubt about that. It's not like our green's amazing. Okay, we're going to take a black card. It's strong enough. I think we take it over the fire. I think we do it. Okay. Mediocre red cards. Gate is the best red card in this pack. Couple of very playable, very nice green cards. Yeah. Doesn't feel like we're leaning aggressive enough for Monk of the Open Hand. Maybe, do I just take a Fireball? I mean, it is removal. It's clunky as heck, but... Could also just take one of these good green cards. Oh, yeah, I mean, Dread Lenorm is good. I think we just take it here. Yeah, if we could splash Shadowheart, that'd be cool. All right, I think we finally take a Hobgoblin Captain. Yeah, over like a Basilisk and another Fire Beetles. I like Fire Beetles, of course, but I think the Captain's better. Okay, so another Hippogriff is around relatively late. There's another Herd Gorger, another Lenorm. Got to band together. So green also looking reasonably open. This would be something that'd be interesting to splash. We do need a little more fixing if we're going to splash Shadowheart, but yeah, I do think we're out on white here. Probably just splash black. Just want another Dread Lenorm. I mean, what I need is more ramp, and we passed some early because I didn't feel like green was that open. So grabbing another expensive card isn't something I love with the small amount of ramp, so I think I'm just going to take removal there. Okay. Decent black 2-drop, and another decent black 2-drop. Another weaponry. Warriors is fine. Weaponry does fix for us, for what that's worth, and that is worth something. Yeah, I think we'll just take another weaponry. All right, here we will take a Warriors of Tiamat. I do think Alando's pretty good, but we don't have the fixing to just shove it into our deck. So we have, what, 3-4 cards that make treasure? Some Myconids would be good for our Shadowheart. Okay, so Windfall does fix for us. This ramps for us, but it's just not... it's not very good overall. I think maybe we want a Windfall. Another Warriors isn't bad, but we have a pretty good top curve already. Maybe, I mean, I could just take the Orb, I guess. Maybe we end up more Dragon-y. Yeah, okay. Another weaponry. Ooh, Warcaller. Yes, please. Don't feel like this draft's going super well at this point. Alright, we will take a Deadly Dispute. Yeah, we could turn... I mean, our green cards aren't so good. Well, I guess they do make up two pretty important top curve cards. Fireball. Alright, that's a late Fire Beetles that I'll happily take. Okay. Alright, so not any real ramp here. Windfall sort of ramps. Fiendlash isn't bad. It's definitely clunky, but there are lots of situations where it's very difficult to beat. We do have a bunch of dragons for muralists. I think I'd probably take muralists with the number of dragons we already have. Yeah. Dread Lenorm is also quite good, but we already have one. And this can search it up, so it's sort of like a second copy anyway. Red-green is supposed to be a dragon deck. You know, I keep saying in this format, you know, you have synergy sometimes, but it's not as big a factor as you'd think. Okay, well this pack has Dragon's Fire plus a Myconid. The Myconid would really help us splash. Dragon's Fire is just great removal. We are actually really low on low drops right now, which is a problem also. I kind of feel like I already have what I need, like the minimum at least, to splash Shadowheart. So I'm kind of leaning towards just taking the really good removal. And it's 2 mana, so if we don't have a 2-drop, which is looking kind of likely, we can at least kill something if this is in our hand. Plus we have dragons. You know, being able to do 7 with it is pretty sweet. Displace your kitten. So I think we take Knoll Hunter. We need 2s. It's a good one. That's all there is to it. But yeah, I think running 1 swamp and a bunch of treasure is how we splash Shadowheart in a worst case scenario. Another Warcaller. There's also a John Irenicus. But yeah, I'll take the Warcaller here. Still don't have, like, I mean, we have treasure. That's our ramp, I guess. But, you know, we did pass a Myconid, and I think we had to, given our situation. But those are so good, and it would be nice to pick up at least one. Lots of 3s. Storm King's Thunder's cool, but not particularly easy to make use of. Lantern of Revealing is fixing and ramp. We could consider it. I mean, what else am I going to take here? You know, we've seen a lot of Hippogriffs. It hasn't seemed overall to me that white's that open, but we could have had... We picked 1 Hippogriff, and we could have had 2 more. You know, the Unicorn's not bad either, but I guess we're going to take the Lantern here. We could take the Mythic just for gems, but I think there's enough of a reason that our Lantern makes our deck, a chance that the Lantern makes our deck, that I go that route. Another Warcaller. I don't really have auras, so that doesn't help us. The Prism is fixing, and something to do on turn 2. Also, I think 3 Warcallers is probably overdoing it, so yeah, I think we'll take a Prism. Okay, so this is sort of ramp. Some good black cards still here, too. This has been a weird draft, I feel like. The signals have not been super clear. I like this late Knoll Hunter, though. So. Yeah. Another deck where I don't feel like we actually have that much synergy, but that's what makes this set feel like a core set to me. Okay. Yeah. So, sources of fixing we have are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's enough, I think. And then we can go down to 1 swamp. Yeah. Okay. What do we cut here? Well, Sylvan Shepherd's not that good. Circle of Moon Druid's not that good. So those are easy cuts. The Barbarian's not that good either. I mean, we can sort of count on it to ramp us, I guess, one could say. But this kind of ramp is never as good and limited as it can be in other formats. Because if, yes, if you do ramp into one of these 2 turns early, it feels great. But the downside is that you just spent a whole card to do it. It's like ritual effects aren't as good and limited either. And so if your opponent has removal or whatever, then you get 2 for 1 effectively. So I don't love Lantern of Revealing, but I think we have enough of a reason to play it that I'm going to end up leaving it in. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think we will. I think we still have enough fixing. We do need to be sort of careful with our treasure when we don't have our swamp because, we don't have so much treasure that we could just use it all up and hope we have our black mana. But I think if we are careful, it'll work out fine. Yeah, Poison the Blade is next on the chopping block, I think. I think the Barbarian's fine. At least it's a 2-drop. So, yeah. Alright. Don't love the look of this deck, I have to say. That whole draft sort of felt like I was doing something wrong. But we'll see. Probably means I'll go 7-0. Well, no green mana, but we do have a turn 2 Shadowheart, which, does open it up to removal and whatever, but it's also a very real threat, if they don't have removal for it. So if I drew a forest, I probably would have played Knoll Hunter here, but since I didn't... And they might feel enough like they have to kill it that they use removal, and then I can just play, yeah, like that. I can just play Fire Beetles now, which is nice. It's going to be hard for them to block it this turn. And I do think we go with the Fire Beetles for that reason. Okay. Yeah, I guess another Fire Beetles makes sense. This Vigilance creature does make them worse, certainly. Probably gonna have to Fireball the Unicorn here. Because it looks like they have legit support, so... So we slam Herd Gorger this turn. Oh my god. Should have killed the Enabler, apparently. Ambergris, huh? Yeah, I don't think we want to play you right this second. Feels like we're in trouble to me. Hey, they have the same sleeves we do. Yeah, basically, I think the problem in our draft is that we had an opportunity to take a lot of good green ramp cards, and we just didn't. I felt like other things were more open, and so in the end, I think we ended up with sort of a rampy... A deck that wants Myconids that has no Myconids, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Alright, so I think we play both Knoll Hunters here. Yeah. We need to find some removal for that Unicorn. Nothing else, Ambergris is likely to reload our hand here. Okay. One white mana. I think we go ahead and just double block this. Yeah. Oh. More than one white mana. Okay. So the good news... What happens when you turn red? Not a whole lot. Yeah, so I think we play her and attack with her for her, and don't yet, at least, specialize her. I think that means we play our mountain, yeah. So, play Ambergris. 7, 10, 12... It can get pretty close to lethal. Okay, we got band together, which is really good news. I think we go ahead and just use it now while their shields are down. Well, that's going to be pretty strong. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and band together. Get rid of the Unicorn. Hold on to this forest for specialization purposes. Oh, well, so much for that plan. It's not like they have good attacks, really, so I think we just rumble with the Herd Gorger here. God. This is the most support I've seen so far for one of these life gain decks in this format. Most of the time, it just doesn't seem like you can get it going, but I don't know how many unicorns our opponent has. But it seems like a lot. Okay. So, might as well make a treasure token and play this. More beetles. So we have 4 blockers. Yeah, so I think we attack with the red dragon here. Alright, well, now we do it again. Wish this was a clue. For a second, my brain thought it was one. Look at this young red dragon go. Will they keep drawing blanks? It looks that way. Ooh, any target. I think we're gonna get there. Didn't feel like we were, but unless they kill this dragon, they're dead. Yeah. We drew really well there, like, and they didn't, and that, you know, that's really what determined that game overall, because we were just, like, drawing a real card every turn, and our opponent was not. So, you know, that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, it is pretty funny that that dragon just, like, went to town. I think it was really Ambergris who got us there, even though they killed her pretty quickly. Hey, there she is. I wish we were going first, but, you know, it's a good hand either way. It's a good hand either way. Ooh. Just got spicier. 1 white mana, and there's a priority stick. Oh, it's Patriarch's Humiliation. That's what it is. That is what it is. I could give my Knoll Hunter haste, but that seems silly to me, I think. I think we just play it and pass. I wasn't going to attack, so what's the point, you know? Yeah, it could also be the Indestructible Adventure, you're right. So I think we probably play Ambergris and swing out here. That'll be enough for Knoll Hunter to get buffed. It is unfortunate the only card in our hand already has haste, but, you know. Ooh, now we have an even better attack. We won't be discarding our hand, by the way, in case you're wondering. But, yeah. Ambergris. Counter onto Knoll Hunter. Not discard our hand. They probably block our Warcaller. Alright, it's only becomes blocked. Yeah, becomes blocked. Still not discarding our hand. I could specialize, though. That doesn't seem too bad. Discard a forest here. But I guess if there's a trick or something, I'm going to want to have Band Together up. So, because if I specialize, I do discard, and she would become green and put a counter on something when she attacks. But stuff can just go so wrong here that I'm pretty nervous about doing that. Now, there's definitely a chance that they block Ambergris, but I attacked with the Warcaller for the counter on my Knoll Hunter, effectively. That's why. Let's go to combat, see what happens here. I think Ambergris is probably just going to die, which I don't love. But with everything they had, it was really hard for me. I could use Band Together here and just try to keep the pressure on them. I don't hate that plan. Yeah. See what happens. Clearly they have something. Maybe the indestructibility, like we theorized earlier. Okay. Maybe it's not. Maybe they don't have anything. I would guess they had the Griffin, but I think if they did, they would have used it there because it would have blanked this and killed Ambergris. So, it's a little puzzling. Okay. Good old juvenile Mist Dragon. What are you tapping down? I'm kind of surprised if it's going to be Knoll Hunter. Okay. So, how much are you to specialize? Why are you 3? Whose idea was that? Well, that's okay. We're still going to do some really good stuff here. So, I guess I'd rather play the mountain. Yeah. So, we go Uthgard Fury. Kill that. Attack them. Now we do discard our hand. Nice. Play Hobgoblin Captain. Yeah, seems like they're in bad shape for sure, but they do have 4 cards and a bunch of mana. There's some powerful stuff they could do to derail this. That doesn't really do it, though. What just happened? They chose the wrong option? Yeah, they chose the wrong option. Misclicked. Or they just know they're dead anyway, and that's how they decided to concede? I don't know. I don't know what just happened. Okay. Well, good on them for, you know, not letting it rope after they misclicked. Alright, 1 win away from Mythic. Knock on wood, we don't... I didn't just jinx myself, and we're gonna lose like 4 in a row. So yeah, next weekend is the qualifier, and that's the Arena Championship qualifier, and it's this format. So I'm excited to play in that. Because last month I made it to like 53 or something in Mythic. I think the highest I've ever been. So that was cool. It's always funny, the like New Capenna, you know, not a format I loved, did super well in. And it's also true of Original Forgotten Realms. Wasn't a format I loved, did super well. And it's like, well, you know, do I not like winning? I don't know. I don't know what my problem is. And I loved Kaldheim, even though I struggled with that format for like weeks. Kind of a slow hand, but at least we're going first, and that makes it a lot better. Do I want to play a Prism or make a Treasure? Turn 2. That is the question. Not sure it matters that much. I mean, making a Treasure actually ramps us, I guess, but I'm not sure how much that matters right this second. I mean, it will later. I mean, I guess it matters more than this, and I could draw like a 4-drop, so yeah, okay, let's just make the Treasure. Yeah, we'll make the Treasure. Probably draw Shadowheart now, but, you know. Okay, so... Unfortunately, you know, every other game we've just been able to rumble with Ambergris right away. Don't think we want to do it here. I mean, I think we do play it, but yeah. Yeah, she's been good so far. It's funny, you know, we played the last game from our first draft earlier, and we lost to Ambergris. So now we've won 2 games in no small part because of her. So all 3 games so far today have been Ambergris related. Ooh. So I do sort of feel like I need to kill the Walrus more than I need to kill the Prowler. Just seems like the ramp is too good. Yeah, I think play Warcaller, kill Walrus looks pretty good. I should probably just attack with Ambergris at some point because it's not like... There's not any good way for me to kill this. So maybe I just need to trade eventually. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh, there's our black mana. Okay. Well. 3, 4, 5, 6... I guess we just play our young red dragon here. Yeah. You know, the games we've won, we've really been on the beatdown, and we're definitely not this time, which is concerning. I guess that last game, we weren't really the beatdown. Yeah, that's not nice. So they can reanimate their Walrus now. Here's hoping they don't have, like, a good dragon. Oh, they're gonna attack me. Kinda didn't expect that. Unfortunately, we didn't draw the mana we needed for Dreadlenorm. If we had... We could have had a pretty big turn here, because we would have played it. It has haste. The Muralist would have been the only thing that could block it. But that's not how it went. So let's play the Prism now. Okay, Fireball's pretty useful. Not really any reason to give our Barbarian haste. I could attack with Ambergris here. I could also specialize Ambergris here, but it just doesn't seem... If I could make her black, that would be great, but I can't. So, because I played the 1 swamp in our deck. So I think we just play this. And we pass. I actually have mana up for this in like a really... I mean, there's not that many situations where I want to give up this, a treasure, to do it, but we could. I'm just gonna do this, if nothing else, like, it bluffs that I have more creatures, so. Okay. Interesting. So, I kind of think giving Fire Beetles haste and attacking here seems reasonable. Because the Menace, they have to block it with a real card one way or another, so. I could play the Lenorm, but I don't love giving up the Barbarian to do it, really, so. Again, we could use, like, if something happens here and we really want to use our trick on our Lenorm, we could. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and kill this. Yeah, not much we can do about it, so. Even if we buffed this, it doesn't really accomplish anything. I mean, I'd kill the Muralists, but I'd also give up probably more than I should. So, yeah, that's our turn, unfortunately. Neither of us has done a whole lot in this game. I feel like they have the better position overall, but it's not by a lot. Oh, it's only going to be a 4-4. I can live with that. 4-4 is not a big deal. Okay. So we can do 7 with this, which is pretty good. Still having some mana problems, some very real ones. Stuck on 6, only have 1 red. I mean, I sort of have 2 red, but I'm kind of, well, the reason I don't want to use it is because we know we're so close to the Dreadlenorm, but could be what I have to do. I don't know. I think we probably just pass here. I mean, I guess playing another Fire Beetles is fine. Yeah. We can use Dragon's Fire in a pinch. And I could keep ramping with my Reckless Barbarian, but man. I can filter for red, it's true. But I don't have the mana. Well, I do have the mana, but I'd have to give up my treasure again. But maybe it's just worth it. Could be. No attacks at all. I like it. Let's just keep making them think we have a bunch of cards in our hand. With haste. And not just one really big one. Hey, mana. So, they can, in fact, double block our Dreadlenorm. We don't quite... Oh, no, we can kill them both, but then they get to search up something. Don't love that part. So I could consider just leaving up Dragon's Fire and then using the Lenorm. I kind of like that idea. I feel like it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Pass our turn here. We continue to not really be beating them down, which isn't great, but... I wonder what they have in their hand. It's hard to say, right? I'm a little worried they have removal, and they've just been waiting to use it this whole time, and so if I try to use Dreadlenorm as a trick, we might be in some trouble. But I think we go ahead and use Dragon's Fire. We reveal a dragon. We kill the Dragonborn. See what they do about this. I don't know that I feel confident enough to use Dreadlenorm as just to buff something here. I mean, they have this just chilling here. So they've got something in their hand. It's probably some form of removal that will blow us out if we try to use the Lenorm's ability, adventure ability. So I don't think we do it. Could they be bluffing? Yeah, I mean, maybe. But, that's okay. I think we just slam it here. Yep, they've band together. Words. Not too shocking, I suppose. And we continue to not attack them. It's been a slow game after a couple of fast ones. They could reanimate something, but... yeah. At some point, I might have to kill this imp. That Draconic Muralist is really annoying. It's holding us back in a lot of ways. Alright, so... I think we play our Warcaller. And our Knoll Hunter. And I think we're going to end up fireballing the Ettercap on our next turn and maybe attacking with everything. Many things, anyway. They may reanimate their dragon. It's not the scariest thing in the world, but it is pretty big. It adds another big creature to the board. Just a 4/4, but that's pretty big in this game when you look at the board. Okay. Alright, Uthgardt Fury is quite nice. Gives us another removal spell, which I like. So... do we fireball this Ettercap? Do we bother? Maybe we don't. Maybe we just leave it up. Yeah. They may be about to do some gross reanimation shenanigans, and it's not like killing the Ettercap gives me great attacks. Like, I could attack with Ambergris and Knoll Hunter, but that's not that good, so... we're just going to keep on passing. So they are going to try to reanimate something. Hopefully nothing too scary. Yep, it won't be too scary. Just an ambitious Dragonborn, which I can kill with Uthgardt Fury, so... I don't know why they're not just attacking with their imp, frankly. I think they're worried I have, I don't know, mass board pump or something. They've attacked with it like half the time, but I feel like they should have just been attacking with it all along. Alright, so let's fireball Ettercap here. Would have been nice to have the Fury in play already, because then at least the damage would stick around. Okay. So... do I just need to kill their flyer? At this point, maybe. They have such good attacks on the ground, too, though, ultimately, that kind of feels like killing the ground creature for now is good. We still have 2 improvised weaponries in our deck, so let's just go ahead and... although, the damage will stick around on these as long as our Fury's in play. I think I just talked myself out of that. Yeah, let's go ahead and kill the imp. Because now, at least, like, if they attack us with these ground creatures, we force them... you know, their creatures get worse, effectively, so... Yeah. That with trample is not really what you're hoping to see, I don't think. Alright, Arcane Archery makes things interesting. I think it means we can attack with our Fire Beetle here. Yeah, the enchantment kind of works like Wither. That is one way to put it. Yeah, so let's attack with these Fire Beetles. Good chance they just take 2, but then we get another Fire Beetles. We can hold up Arcane Archery. And at some point, Ambergris will actually draw us cards, but we're not there yet. I guess I could have used it first, but that seems kind of silly. Yeah, they just take it. Works for me. We could use an overrun or something like that at this point. Especially against this darn Sepulchre Ghoul. Words. They may reanimate their flyer at some point just because they need to find a way to get in. Looks like they might be doing it here. No, or not. Okay, so I think we definitely want to just kill the Bone Collar before they reanimate anything with it. Damage does stick around, but the Bone Collar Cleric could end up being a really big problem. So I think just getting rid of it is wise. They will keep me from getting the treasure if they sack it to their ghoul. That's kind of okay with me, though. Okay, we do get the treasure. Well, I think we attack with 1 Fire Beetle again. The Fury is really helping us here, no doubt about that. Okay, so I can actually just kill this and keep our creature alive, right? Yes. Which of them do I want to kill more? I guess it's the bigger creature? Yeah. And I still do 1 damage to the Ettercap? That's pretty cool. They might have a response here, I guess. Yeah, it looks like they do. Alright. I can live with it. Kind of surprising they haven't... They must not have anything that good to find with the Muralist. Probably just a bunch of, like, generic cards. Like, you know, so... Now the Muralist is getting in. I'm just gonna take it. Okay. So specialize her into green and attack. And draw. Seems pretty good. So then I can put a counter on one of my attackers. Does it have to be an attacking creature? No, just any creature. I like it. Alright, so we attack. Put the counter on a Fire Beetle, I think. Oh, yeah! That's just what I was hoping for. Obviously, they're going to block her, because in the long run, she'll do too much work. The fact that they're letting me trade for a whole card is pretty nice. Kind of didn't expect to. Yeah, we need to find our Herd Gorger. We only have one, unfortunately, and our other big ramp creature is dead. Alright, so we have to block this now. What do they search up? The fact that they haven't been eager to give it up this whole game, like I said, makes me sort of feel like it's just like a regular old 2-for-1. But maybe it's like a black dragon. Oh, it's an earthquake dragon. Okay. They're not very far from casting it, so that explains why they were sort of like waiting it out. Okay. One way or another, if I attack with the fire beetles here, I can kill something. I guess that's what we try to do, because we can't really let them... cast that dragon. Yeah, they're just going to take it, unfortunately. So they have 9 mana right now. This costs 15, and they have 4 mana. So they're still a little ways away, but if they have another dragon in their hand, we're in trouble. This has been a weird game. They're only 1 mana away. If they have a 10th mana, they're 1 mana away from casting it, so... And I'm not sure... I don't think we have any way to deal with it if it comes down. We just have to hope it doesn't. And in the meantime, like, yeah, I don't know how we pressure them. Well, that'll help a little bit. Not as much as I would like, frankly. But when you have Uthgardt Fury, it does make it way more worth it to just throw one of these in there, you know? Question is whether I want to attack with, like, Knoll Hunter, too. It'll become a 3/3, so then anything that blocks it, we can kill with weaponry. Yeah, alright. Okay. So what do I want to kill more? I guess it's probably the Roper. Probably an unnecessary attack in the end, but I'm trying to do what I can to get them to block, get rid of that Dragonborn, and obviously that didn't work out, but... I have a lot of treasure. So 10 fort there. So they still need 1 more mana to cast that dragon. So we got to kill this Dragonborn, which we're more capable of. Although we may have used up like all of our removal at this point. I'm trying to remember if we've got anything else. I guess we still have Band Together somewhere, right? No. Nope. We cast that way early in the game. Okay. Well, play a Knoll Hunter. I probably should have given it haste, I guess. Play Warriors of Tiamat #2. Well, we're not attacking. Don't draw a land or a dragon, please. Ah, they drew a land. This was a, like, I think thoroughly uninteresting game in the end. Which is weird, but that is sort of how it felt. Even though it went this long, it was just sort of like we were both really ineffective at doing anything most of the game. And, yeah. That made it pretty uninteresting, I think. So I apologize. Well, now we're 2 wins away from Mythic again. Random Neon Dynasty pack, okay. Alright, pretty good. I mean, we'd like black mana in it, of course, but we have a 2-drop, and Muralist is pretty good. Now we have a removal spell, and we can do 4 with it right now, which is nice. I would not say this format's uninteresting overall. I just think that it's weird because it's fast, but there's also these awful board stalls, like the one we saw in that last game. So, alright. Bye-bye, Knoll Hunter. So we're just in the turn here. Probably end up dragon firing something at the end of their turn. Yep, that's getting dragon fired. Alright, so Muralists. Seen a lot of unicorns today, huh? Do I want to attack? I don't think so. I think we do enough to deter attacks here. I don't feel like I'm in a great position here either. Feels like maybe a little our deck overperformed in those first 2 games, but we'll see. The Muralists do at least create problems. I mean, just because they, you know, yeah. Yep, I'd say that's pretty accurate, Hefty Lefties. I'd say it's pretty accurate. So this turn, I do think we attack with our Muralists, because we can play the Herd Gorger, so we'll just get in, attack with it, and see what happens. Getting in for 4 is nice. Trading with Celestial Unicorn's nice, so yeah. One kind of funny thing is if we draw like Ambergris, since we don't have black mana, we can actually make her the black version, which I think is the best, since it kills creatures effectively, so yeah. Be cool to just draw black mana too. What do you do when you're green? Put counters on yourself. This one's the best one here, I think, but we're not making that one happen. Making a night token every time is pretty gross. Interesting. Okay, well, guess we go ahead and play Warriors of Tiamat here. Swing with all 3 of these. Okay. They had to use it that way, which I think is good. But, yeah, obviously they're stuck on 1 color, so. But, yeah, like, games start fast, and if one person can't keep up, the game ends quickly. But if both players curve out, it does turn into these long board stalls. I think we're still swinging with all 3 of these this turn. Is our opponent mad they're stuck on 3 mana? I don't know. But we still have good attacks right now. Well, not stuck on 3, stuck on white. That was surprisingly aggressive. Okay, so combat, tag with everything. In our second main phase, we can play both of these, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we definitely kill the unicorn. We don't want no unicorns. So replay that and play a hobgoblin captain. Can we just run them over before they find their other color? No. But hopefully it's too late. That's what I'm hoping. All right. So let's play this prism first, see what we can do. Oh, wow. All right, well, I think that means we win. Trying to decide what I want to do here and how I want to do it. I could kill the Death Toucher and swing out. That's probably best. Yeah. The only thing is, I can finish them off with Uthgard Fury. But if they do have decent blocks here, I mean, the Basilisk blocks this. Well, I guess beyond that, they're not that good of blocks. So maybe I just attack all. If even one thing gets through, we kill them with the Fury? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to swing out. I could have gotten a creature out of the way, but that doesn't seem that good to me. We also have 1 more damage that Shadowheart can do now that we have our Prism, so... They are going to block everything, which I'm a little surprised by. But... that's okay, I think. Okay, they're not going to block everything. Good. I mean, they don't know this is a rare, so they, they're probably not thinking about it. I feel like they're more worried about a trick, but yeah, because if I have the +3/+3 trick, the captain can't kill them. Of course, the trample from Hill Giant Herdgorger would, if I had that trick. So, we'll see. Yeah, so second time today, we just kill someone with Uthgard Fury. Pretty good card, obviously. 1 win away from Mythic again. I think on the draw we can keep this. We even have some treasure, which is good for our Shadowheart. Uh-oh. That is not so good. If people play this on turn 1, it is pretty hard to stop. Obviously. So now they play the other one, and they're both 2/1s. Oh, they don't play the other one. Yeah, and the problem, there's so many other demons, devils, imps, and tieflings that tends to do some pretty serious work. Would I rather play a barbarian? Kind of think so. Yep. Now that's a 4-1. I think we probably block one of the outcasts. Yeah. Oh! Undo, undo. There we go. Go to 15. They're not letting us stabilize. Okay. So if I play weaponry on the ghoul, they at least have to sack something. Could also just play the fire beetles. That might just be better. Yeah, let's play the fire beetles here. Looks like it might be dead. And then we take 6. Okay. Muralists. Hope it doesn't get removed, I think is our best bet here. I could do weaponry plus Hunter or Shadowheart, but that seems questionable. I have a lot of black sources when we count treasure. Yeah, we'll play the Muralists. I think they gotta run out of removal at some point, right? Right? He says as they cast another Dragon's Fire and swing for 6. That's probably what's gonna happen. Yeah, I have 1 Swamp, 1 Prism, and like 5 cards that make treasure. Alright, I think we do block. I mean, we've got to slow them down on the board. We both get a... I mean, it's not a 2-for-1 because we both get a card. Unfortunately, my dragons... I don't have any cheap ones that can actually block. That's a problem. I think it's safe to say. I guess I'm going to grab the warriors because they can play them sooner and they can block. Yeah. Okay. So, let's try to kill this Sepulchre Ghoul. Obviously, they're going to sack, but if I target this, I don't get the treasure. So, I target the Ghoul, basically to kill the Tiefling, and then we play Knoll Hunter. I don't love playing Shadowheart right now. I don't think I'm stable enough to, like, make that work. So, yeah. Okay. More removal. Haste creature. If they play their own Warriors of Tiamat here... Okay, good. They don't. I'll take 2. So, it sort of feels like we're in a place where we kind of just have to Shadowheart. And I hope we don't die. Yeah. I can at least block with it, and it'll kill anything. So, yeah. Alright, so let's play Warriors. Let's play Shadowheart. We're going to go to 6. Yeah, it's not good. But I can at least trade with the Ghoul here. So, yeah, block the Ghoul, go to 1. There's not a whole lot we can draw here that solves this problem. Nope, that certainly isn't it. Overall, I think this deck is pretty medium. I mean, it felt pretty good after our first couple games, but I kind of feel like it's neither aggressive enough, nor does it have a good enough top curve. So it's sort of in this place you don't really want to be in this format. Mid-rangey place. I don't know how Shadowheart was surviving until my next turn would have saved me, but I had to block with it anyway because they would have just sacked to the ghoul and done 4 to me. So I had to block the way I did regardless, but you have to remember Shadowheart damages me. So, you know, we kind of had to trade it anyway. Here's this weird art that looks like it's from New Capenna. It's so weird. They're elementals. The creature type for this card is elemental. Like, what? This card just feels so strange, like in terms of the flavor. It's good card for limited though. The whatever they're called, Ganassi Troublemakers or something. What a horrible hand. Alright, this one's much better. Kind of does feel like I put the Herd Gorger back just because I need early game more than I need anything. Okay. Am I willing to block here? I don't think so. I mean attack is what I mean. Yeah, only the black one gets lifelink, unfortunately for us. Well... there's an early Uthgardt Fury. So yeah, yeah. We're gonna decline because we don't need to give them the information. Attack them for 3. The dragon's gonna have haste next turn. Hopefully I can attack with all of them again. It's gonna depend on what the board looks like. Of course. Can't really attack with all of them now. I mean, I could just to give up our War Caller, and it's not like we don't have another one in our hand. It makes it a 3/3. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna go for it. We keep trying to race, but they keep one-upping us. Okay. Well... so I think we play Uthgardt Fury on the Paladin, and then play... well, it doesn't matter which order we do this, but... I guess I could have found lethal the next turn. I don't have the mana to play both. I guess if I'd hit them for 4 here with this, and then, like, they didn't do anything, I could have done lethal to them, but... seems a little like wishful thinking. Okay, so we sacrifice the War Caller. It doesn't mean they get their own copy of it, but I can live with that. Ooh, they attack with the Death Toucher. How about that? I guess I can only do 9 to them, and then they can swing back at me for 5-ish. Oh, I can actually do 10 because of, yeah. So they have to block or they die here. pretty much. Yeah? Alright. I like it. If they don't block, they're dead. If they do block, it's going to be hard for them to win. No, they don't block. Yeah! Well, we got to a positive record with this deck. At the very least. What is that? Takes us back to 1 win away from Mythic. Uthgardt Fury has basically been the MVP, which isn't surprising. You know, premium removal with a permanent effect that's only negative for your opponent is going to be pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, pretty good hand. You know, early on we were getting Ambergris every game and it was doing some serious work, but... I think I took Shadowheart, like, pack 3, pick 1 or something like that. I don't remember for sure, though. So here's hoping they don't play anything that can block effectively. Don't play anything. Oh, they did. So the question here becomes, do I just play Ambergris and go for it here? Or do I just use improvised weaponry and hope we can do that next turn? Yeah, let's use improvised weaponry and attack them. And that is what we're looking for. I mean, I don't love that they're fixing their mana, but I do get to play Ambergris, attack right away. Give first strike to Hobgoblin Captain, so... we don't want to discard just yet. Take 6. Still have Dragon's Fire up, so that's nice. Okay, so I think we fire off Dragon's Fire on the Priest here. Gives us another really good attack this turn, so... ooh, now it's a really good attack. Alright, Warriors. Do I discard my hand? How good is Giant Fire Beetles here? Honestly, not that great. Yeah, we win, so... get to Mythic on a pretty aggressive start, so that felt good. Bam. Mythic. This deck has had sort of two, like... like, we had a couple first games where the deck felt great, and then we had, like, abysmal games, and now we're back to games that feel pretty good. So, you know. Number 194. I feel like Ambergris or Uthgardt Fury has basically won us every one of our games, which, that's not too surprising. But it's kind of interesting. Thank you for the follow, Ice Smooth. Drawing that Warriors of Tiamat there was disgusting. When all they had was a 1/1. And we just had all of these 2 toughness creatures coming at them. Alright, pretty good hand. There's our Warriors. A couple removal spells. We can do 4 Dragon's Fire. So once you get to Mythic, the top, I think it's 1,500, are ranked by a number based on how well they've done. And then below that, you get like a percentage score based on what percent of how good you are. The percentage score is the number of players that you've done better than during a particular season. So I think that's pretty much how it works. Is it only 1,200? I don't remember. But if you stay in the top 250 at the end of the season, at the end of the month, in other words, you get an automatic invite to the qualifier, which I did last month. And that's cool because it can actually, chances aren't great, because you enter the qualifier and you have to go 7-2 2 days in a row. And if you do that, you're kind of in business. But then you get to play in the Arena Championship, which is like a big event with a huge prize pool. But qualifying for it's cool. I can at least record it for YouTube and stuff. And playing some high stakes Magic is fun. So probably improvised weaponry, this thing. If it attacks me, I'm a little less inclined to do that. So how do we feel about trading our Hobgoblin Captain? Like, not great. I think we'd probably just kill Knoll Hunter here. Yeah, I think we kill the Knoll Hunter and then attack them, because then next turn we can play our Warriors, and if they don't have a good blocker on the board, that's pretty good. So we got all of our fixing in this game. We have our Swamp and our Prism and a Treasure. Thanks, Ramsey. Yeah, we're up against number 63 now, and we're number 194. Why do you have so much mana up? What's that about? Well, we're going to go for it here, I think. But it could go sideways. That said, if they don't actually have a way to respond, then things go pretty well for us here. Okay. Makes sense, right? Yeah, we'll get in with the captain. We are kind of out of creatures, but we still have removal, and we do have a Reckless Barbarian. I mean, look out. Yeah, Mycon is so good. Alright, so we play our Prism here, and then our Barbarian, I think. Pending what we draw, yeah. Yep, not really worth using Dragon's Fire on either of those things. Oh, hello. Well, that's good. Nobody's at 13 yet, but... The red one is unfortunately the least impressive, but the green one is pretty spicy. I wonder if I should attack them. I can use Dragon's Fire, but then they get a Saproling. Yeah, it's not worth it. So let's just play Shadowheart and pass. We do have mana up for our Fireball. So, like, if they tried to use another, what's it called? Band Together, we could blow it out. We could blow it out with Dragon's Fire, for that matter. We don't have any gates, which makes me sad. I love me some gates. Hoping they play something we can kill. Kind of interesting they're not using their gate, but they can wait, I guess. Okay, well. I could go after them with this, then that takes this to where he can improvise on the next turn. Improvise. Specialize. Could also kill the Myconid, then they just have 2 Saprolings, but that doesn't seem great to me. I honestly think maybe just going to their face is the best bet here, because then we can get Shadowheart online. Do need a forest or a green card to be really happy about Shadowheart being online, but... I think we kill the Myconid. It's definitely not great in any way, shape, or form, but it does take away potentially their third color of mana. So, and I get a treasure back, so it's fine. It's all fine. I guess, like, sending the Barbarian at them here and just trading for these Saplings isn't the worst thing ever, either. Yeah. They have to use their mana if they want to, you know, keep their mana. I hope they don't have Oyar Minotaur. He's a pain. So yeah, let's crack in with the Barbarian now. May just take it. They may be worried about a trick or something, but yeah, no, they're not. Uh-oh. That's bad. Yeah, I mean, kind of think we just have to let it happen. I definitely block because if their plan is to use a trick, then whatever. And chances are good they're just trying to get in for one here. Alright, so now they are going to get... If they have other mana they want, they're going to get it. Put one on the battlefield. No, they're just a green-blue deck. But clearly one that wants to be ramping. Not really a good reason to kill that druid. Alright, so play that. I mean, we could fireball just to get somebody to 13, but I don't think we want to do that. Okay, so we'll go ahead now, and I think we do kill the druid so that our fire beetles lives. We're just taking 2. I would love to draw a green card here. I mean, red's good too, but the green version of Shadowheart is so much better. He's only going to be a 2/4, but that's pretty good. They may be about to kill Shadowheart finally. Yeah, they did use that at least. Well, that's not good. She doesn't do her really gross thing until she hits us, though. So I can kill her with her fireball before it matters, hopefully. Hopefully we draw like a forest. So I could play fireball and then discard a green card or a forest to Shadowheart. It's probably our best bet. It's like they're trying to decide if they want to specialize her now or if it's too risky. Because if they have to give up a real card, no, they're just going to play a big, scary creature. Makes sense. Okay. drew another red card, obviously. So I think we can attack with our beetles here. Yeah, so let's attack with the beetles. Right now I can't block Dreadlenorm, so that's pretty bad. Yeah, Fireball after Specialize is definitely better. I just don't... Finding a way to do lethal here is going to be tough. If only they hadn't perpetually lowered his power, I could at least block the Dreadlenorm, but these two are both potentially unblockable. I mean, I'm going to Fireball Imoen, but... Alright, so... Discard the Fire Beetles that doesn't have Double Team. Cast Fireball on Imoen. But yeah, I mean, Dreadlenorm is very likely to kill us before we can do anything, which is rough. But we'll kill Imoen because things could get even worse. Alright, so it only damages them. Then they're going to go to 8 here. I basically have to draw Warriors of Tiamat or something. And they have to, like, swing out here, but there's, like, no way they do. So yeah, we go to 4. Okay, that works, because we can kill Dreadlenorm. Thanks to Death Touch. Pretty good draw. We are at 4. Which is a bit of a problem when you have Shadowheart around. We're going to go to 3 at the end of our turn. So, let's attack with our Fire Beetles. Works for me. They're going to go to 6. We're going to go to 3. It's going to be close. Very close. So we're going to go to 2. They're going to go to 4. I could force a double block here, I guess. If I attack with Shadowheart, they have to block. Because if they take the hit... No, they could only just chump it, and they'd be fine. I do have another Fire Beetles coming, so that's good. Alright, yeah, so attack them with Fire Beetles. So... The thing about the Githzerai... I'm probably just going to block it with a Fire Beetle, so it doesn't matter. So we'll just kill the thing that does more damage. Then we'll play another Fire Beetles. I'm at 4, they're at 2. It's gonna be close. Shadowheart's trying to do the job. So if they do a land here, we pretty much win. There are a lot of other things they could have drawn, though. So, we'll see how that goes. Tricky, tricky. So they could have the trample trick. If they have that, there's not much I can do. I think we just... This is tough. The game's so close. Like, if I block with giant fire beetles here, my fire beetles would die. And their creature would stick around. And then if they play anything, I can't win. If I block with Shadowheart, it going to 0 power isn't as big of a deal, but I also can't win if Shadowheart dies. So, we're in sort of a pickle here where both blocks could be really bad, they could also be really good. I think we block with the fire beetles in the end. Was that the wrong decision? It would appear to be. Yeah, that's a flyer. They do have to block, though. So it's actually not over yet. Because they have to block Shadowheart or they die? Yeah. So, attack with Shadowheart. They have to block. Then we play Knoll Hunter. So we're gonna go... They're gonna go to 2 and we're gonna go to 1. What did they draw? Oh my god. Does lifelink save them here? No? No. They only go to 4. Oh, wait. Is this gonna be a draw? No, I guess I die. I guess I die before freaking Basilisk life gain. We're gonna die first. They got us. So we go to 0. And we die before they take the second damage. Yeah. Alright, 5 and 3 with that deck's pretty good. And that last game was really cool. You know, we had a couple games that I think were kind of duds, but that game was interesting at least. Oh, man. We made it to Mythic, though. Not with the